Okay, good day fellow shotgunners. Mike here. Another little product to show you that I've invested in to add to my survival gun collection. Oddball little accessories. These are called little Skeeters. Shotgun shell gauge adapters basically. We have 12 through 20 gauge. 12 to 28 gauge, 12 to 410, 20 gauge to 28 gauge, 20 to 410, and 28 gauge to 410. And I've shot these. They work pretty good. There's these two I have not tested yet because when I was doing my testing I didn't have any 20 gauge ammo and it wasn't really available very easily, so I had to wait, and now I have some, but I want to do the video anyway. So these are available under current production from, if you just Google little Skeeters, you'll find them. Normally they are sold in sets of 2 for use in over and under or side by side shotguns. Because I don't have anything but single shots in my collection, I contacted them and asked about buying, one of each, and they were very accommodating to do that. I think the entire set of 6 adapters cost me I don't know, 125 bucks or something, give or take a bit. Can't really remember. The 12 through 20 and the 20 through 28 gauge are metal. And I think that's because the wall thickness, because of the the size of the shells is so close that they couldn't really make these out of aluminum. That's just my guess, but yeah, they're both metal. The rest are aluminum, and they do come in various lengths. Not sure why the company chose to go with the lengths they did, however they did. So as you can see, you take your standard. Okay, one other thing. When I spoke to them on the phone, they made it very clear to me that these are not intended for full house field loads for hunting. They really are intended for light skeet, trap, clay bird, whatever kind of clay pigeon shooting you do. And I'm sure they work well with light loads. However, I did mention to them that I was going to shoot them with field loads for testing purposes and add them to my survival gun collection. So, okay, let's go through them. 12 through 20, and as you can see, you drop this in your chamber, and your 20 gauge shell just drops right in, no problem. So there's that, and then the same thing with the 28 gauge. Now I haven't shot the 20 gauge one, but the 12 through 28 gauge I shot pretty extensively. I was using, this is Challenger, it's a Canadian brand, 3/4 ounce number 8 shot. It's basically Cheddite hulls, reloadable with Cheddite data, and I shot this one quite a bit. As you can see, the muzzle blast inside the barrel at the end of the chamber did seem to come back and wear off a bit of the finish on the muzzle end, but I just wiped it down with a little bit of oil and it was pretty well, good to go. So, okay, next, this is the 12 through 410. Now, this one they did actually make it a little bit longer. Let's just get a length on some of these. This one, the 410 one, it's 3.77. The 28 gauge, 2.75. The 20, 2.65. 20 gauge through 28, 2.7. 3.12 and 28 gauge through 410 looks like 2.64. So as you can see, there's just enough room inside the adapter in order to allow the case to unfold properly and work properly. Now they didn't put any type of a constriction like a throat on the adapters, like I kind of would have expected, but I guess for ease of manufacturing they're just bored straight through. So your 28 gauge, for example, will just fit, it'll drop in either end of the adapter. Now, of course, it only works in one end because that's set up for the rim there. And the 410 one, they extended it a little bit, probably because you just don't get enough velocity if you're using, a short one like this. Now, this is a 3-inch Winchester, it looks like, and you can see that it protrudes the front of the adapter slightly. Now, I did shoot some of these, and this is what happens. Now, I still hit the target, still put a lot of holes in the target, and still worked no problem. However, as a survival gun adapter, or I guess even on the skeet range, you would not want to shoot 3-inch shells in the short 410 adapter, because the case blows open and kind of wraps itself around the leading edge of the adapter. And I'll be honest, with a punch, you can punch 10 times and that shell casing is not coming out. I literally had to take a set of multi-tool, and I had to grab the excess amount of the case that was sticking out and rip it back, towards the center before I could eventually get this shell casing out of the adapter. So for fun shooting at the range, this is not the way to go. However, your standard 2.5-inch shell in this 28 gauge adapter leaves lots of room for the for the case to unfold. And these, like I say, are meant for singles or doubles. The shortest one, I guess you could try to use this in a pump gun, but it's not really intended for that. Let's see, this one, this is the 20 to 410, and that you can use 3-inch or 2.5-inch shells in. Same as the 12 to 410, of course. Like I say, I didn't shoot the 20 gauge ones because I didn't have any 20 gauge ammo at the time, and I didn't feel like taking a gun out just so I could test one adapter and then have to go back. Okay, we talked about those. The metal lengths, So I guess this just adds a bit of versatility to your, your shotgun shooting. Some of the reasons why I could think a person might want something like this, maybe you have granddad's old 12 gauge and you want to let the kids shoot it, when they're not looking, drop in a 2.5, drop this in the 12 gauge, let them shoot it. They'll have stories for many, many years to come, how they shot, grandpa's gun. It did work though. And the, let's see, the 20 through, I didn't shoot that one either, I don't think. 20 through 410, no, I didn't shoot the 20s. Those three I didn't shoot. These three I did shoot for sure though. And I was very happy with them. They're super fun. One time only purchase. Now I can shoot 410, 28, 20, or 12 in a number of different firearms that I have. So, just a little introduction to little Skeeters. Have a great day, everybody. Mike out.